Chapter 12, 66. I Love Him. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Did we win? Zhao Lianyun had to use quite some effort to climb out of the blood pool. Her injuries were severe, and she was blacking out. Fortunately, Zhao Pu was already dead, and the blood-drained immortal killer move on Zhao Lianyun and Yu Yizi also dissipated. If it did not dissipate, Zhao Lianyun and Yu Yizi would undoubtedly follow Zhao Pu to death. Huff, huff. On the other side, Yu Yizi was breathing roughly, standing up while leaning on the wall. When he saw Zhao Lianyun, this young Gu immortal was dazed and turned pale. Lian, Fairy Lianyun. Your face. No. Your body. Yu Yiya. Zi's eyes were wide open, and he stuttered, not knowing how to express himself. Zhao Lianyun felt strange, transmitting her voice. What's wrong with me? She lowered her head to look at herself. The first thing she saw were her hands. A pair of old and skinny hands. Zhao Lianyun's heart gave a jolt as she found she had unknowingly become an elderly woman. Her back was bent, wrinkles covered her body. Her sight was blurry, and her hair had turned white. What's happening? Zhao Lianyun was shocked. She grabbed her hair, easily pulling out strands of white hair. Her strong hair roots had degraded and become loose. Yu Yizi spoke with a heavy voice. It is probably love goo. Love goo consumed your lifespan to burst out with a terrifying power that could directly kill Zhao Pu. Is that so? Zhao Lianyun was dazed and at a loss. Anyone who turned from the prime of their youth to an old and frail person the next moment would definitely receive a huge shock in their mind. Yes, Yu Yizi nodded and consoled, but you don't have to worry. You can restore your youth by using lifespan goo. Normal goo immortals might not be able to gather lifespan goo, but you are different. You are the current generation fairy of Spirit Affinity House. The sect will definitely provide you lifespan goo. Zhao Lianyun did not reply. She was feeling complicated emotions: shock, disappointment, disbelief, dazedness. She was an otherworldly demon, but even before transmigrating, she had not experienced becoming this old. After a while of silence, Zhao Lianyun finally recovered from the shock. I will continue going forward. Old age doesn't matter. Hong Yun is still waiting for me. Zhao Lianyun gazed at the distant first snowy peak through the window, her gaze becoming resolute once more. You cannot continue. Yu Yizi was shocked, quickly walking over to Zhao Lianyun and holding her arm. Love immortal goo is powerful, but it is not stable. Maybe it will take your lifespan the next time as well. If so, you will definitely die, Yu Yizi persuaded. So what if I die? The old Zhao Lianyun looked at the young Yu Yizi with a slight smile. Her smile was not even a little beautiful, but Yu Yizi was dazed. Then, Zhao Lianyun softly drew back her arm. She clearly did not use much strength, but Yu Yizi felt a formless strength attacking his heart, letting him voluntarily release his hand. He then quietly stood on the spot, looking at Zhao Lianyun's hunched back, looking at her walking towards the outside of the hall with heavy and aged steps. This scene was ordinary and nothing strange, but Yu Yizi felt an intense tremor in his heart. He even subconsciously held his breath as Zhao Lianyun's weak, receding figure imprinted deeply in him at this moment. What kind of spirit is this? For her love, she is willing to make sacrifices, unafraid of death and destruction. Zhao Lianyun, I would have definitely died in Zhao Pu's hands without you. All right, let me follow you. At worst, this life will be paid to you. Yu Yizi was not old. He was still hot-blooded, and after firming up his mind, he quickly followed Zhao Lianyun. There was not much immortal essence left in her phantom aperture. Zhao Lianyun was also worried that recklessly summoning love, immortal goo would spend what little remained of her lifespan. As such, she chose to walk down the peak. Under the effect of the fate reversing sacrificial refinement formation, Zhao Lianyun and Yu Yizi separated, and she alone went to another snowy peak. There was still a large hall at the peak, and the atmosphere was quiet. There was a battle here. Zhao Lianyun slowly walked to the hall, finding the inside of the hall in ruins. Signs of an intense battle were everywhere. Fairy Lian Yun? A voice suddenly transmitted to Zhao Lianyun's ears. Zhao Lianyun was slightly dazed, before shortly recognizing the voice as that waterpath Gu immortal, Mu Linglan's voice. This is the 8th peak of Snowy Mountain Blessed Land. I fought with the owner of this peak, Zhao Feifei, and now we are both wounded. We are both hiding right now, healing our injuries as quickly as possible. You need to be careful. Don't be hit by her ability. She has an immortal killer move which can cause the target to continuously lose their memories. Just as he finished speaking, a ray of strange light flew and struck Zhao Lianyun's forehead. No! Mu Linglan quickly called out. Every time you lose your memory, the related memory will float in your mind. Use immortal Gu to defend yourself. Don't use any immortal killer moves. That would be even more dangerous. If you forget an immortal killer move by any chance, you will suffer the backlash from the immortal killer move. Persevere. Wait until I heal my injuries and recover some strength to fight. Zhao Lianyun quickly agreed. She hid in a corner and used immortal Gu to protect herself, then waited for the killer move to activate. Damn it! Zhao Lianyun gradually felt unease. She knew her situation. She had just recently become a Gu immortal. Most of her battles came from during her training time. It would be an extremely huge blow to her if the memories of this period were erased. Memories began to surface in her mind. In Northern Plains, Ma tribe was defeated and surrendered to He tribe. I didn't think we could still live, Lady Xiaoyun. Ma Hongyun held Zhao Lianyun's hands and spun round and round on the spot. Ha ha ha! Let me down, you big fool! Zhao Lianyun shouted. Imperial Court, blessed land. You, kid, are truly lucky. You actually became Chang tribe's son-in-law. Ha ha ha! Zhao Lianyun patted Ma Hongyun's shoulder. Ma Hongyun chuckled while scratching his hair. Lady Xiaoyun, don't worry. You have helped me so much. I will treat you well. Zhao Lianyun gave a sound of acknowledgement and nodded. Then I will rely on you. Inside, however, she felt strange. Why do I have some feelings of loss and bitterness? Inside 88. True Yang Building. To think that you are an otherworldly demon. You are actually lurking by Ma Hongyun's side. Ha ha ha. You have such guts. You are really daring. Unfortunately, you met me. Giant Sun's will exuded strong killing intent. Zhao Lianyun felt like she had fallen in an ice cave, shouting in her mind, Damn it, there is still such an obstacle? Transmigrators are otherworldly demons? This world is too big of a trap. Oh no, my death is certain this time. I am actually going to die here? But the next moment, Ma Hongyun stood in front of Zhao Lianyun. He spread open his arms, protecting Zhao Lianyun behind him. Boy, you want to protect an otherworldly demon? Giant Sun's will sharpened his tone, his expression becoming ice cold. What otherworldly demon? I don't know any otherworldly demon. I only know she is Lady Xiaoyun. Without her help, I would likely have been killed already. Ma Hongyun tried his best to defend Zhao Lianyun. Zhao Lianyun's pupils shrunk as she looked at Ma Hongyun in a daze. Even against Giant Sun's will, this fellow will still stand up for me? Why? I am clearly an otherworldly demon, and not a person of this world. You idiot, you are going to die. By protecting me, you are offending Giant Sun's will. That is your ancestor, you idiot. He Lulan's gaze towards Zhao Lianyun started showing killing intent. No, Lady Xiaoyun is innocent. You must not harm her. Ma Hongyun was extremely determined. He wholeheartedly wanted to protect Zhao Lianyun. However, Giant Sun's special will did not care about Ma Hongyun, directly making a move against Zhao Lianyun. No! Ma Hongyun saw the situation going south. He called out in a moment of desperation, extending both his arms and hugging Zhao Lianyun within his bosom. During this moment, time seemed to have become endlessly slow. Zhao Lianyun was curled up in Ma Hongyun's chest, her heart beginning to beat wildly. An unprecedented feeling of safety and warmth filled her heart. Following that came a kind of panic. This panic was not towards her life hanging by a thread. Instead, it was a strange feeling that came from the depths of her heart. Zhao Lianyun found at this moment that she had hopelessly fallen in love with the stupid Ma Hongyun. In this world, there could be guys who would watch the stars with her, accompany her to shout at the valley, heal her, and give her flowers. But who would sacrifice their life for her? In this world, otherworldly demons were despised by even giant sun immortal venerable, who would be so stupid to protect her. Ma Hong Yun. Ma Hong Yun. The memories surfaced one by one in Zhao Lianyun's mind. Then they started to disappear one by one. No, stop it! Tears filled Zhao Lianyun's face as she called out with incomparable sorrow. Zhao Feifei's voice transmitted. Hey, hey, when you are struck by my immortal killer move, you will lose your most precious memories. Do you feel pain? It doesn't matter. The more you forget, the more relaxed you will be. Maybe you will even smile. The memories disappeared. A smile suddenly appeared on Zhao Lianyun's face. Don't smile. This is Zhao Feifei's famous, sinister killer move. It will kill people while they smile. The longer you smile, the more easily you will lose your life. Mu Linglan quickly transmitted his voice to warn her. However, Zhao Lianyun seemed to have turned silly, as her smile became increasingly wider. Damn it! Mu Linglan knew he had to take action. He unleashed his killer move after a long period of preparation, creating an incredible effect. Ah, you actually... Zhao Feifei had exposed her location while attacking Zhao Lianyun and was struck by the fatal move while unprepared, losing her life miserably. Fairy Lianyun, you need to persevere. Mu Linglan quickly rushed over and helped Zhao Lianyun. Zhao Lianyun still had a smile on her face, but she was no longer in a daze. Two streams of translucent tears dripped down her face from her eyes. Her eyes were blurry from age and her hair had turned white. She could only use goo worms to transmit her voice. What should I do? I have forgotten almost everything about him, even his appearance. I only remember his name. I only remember that I love him.